What's up, guys? Another episode of Beyond the Gym Floor is here. Finally got Jess back after locking her inside UStrong and not allowing her to leave for 12 weeks. She's finally made it out. We have another coach, which was a really cool chat. All the lessons that we've learnt from UStrong, just the adversities and stuff that Jess in particular has had to overcome to make that successful, how we have been able to make it successful, and then so a few tips just for you as a personal trainer to apply that maybe into your one-on-one business and just give you an idea of what it would be like to actually step up into owning a facility, because a lot of PTs see that as like the holy grail, is once I get a facility, I've made it. But what's actually involved in doing that, what it means. A lot about personality types and how to maximize what you're good at and get help for what you're not so good at. Really interesting conversation. We really enjoyed this one. Tam's going to be mad at us because we do go over time. You're welcome. All the people that have just come to listen to Jess talk, please follow the podcast. Please like the podcast and please share the podcast. Tag Jess. You can tag us too. But we want to get this episode out and the future episodes because they're all good, not just when Jess is here. They're always fun. So, yeah, please do that. Makes a really big difference to the traction that we get, even though this is a celebrity episode where Jess comes. Just gassing her up now. Enjoy the app. And we'll see you on the next one. Do it in a busy gym. You can do it on YouTube.
Because
literally,
I'm thinking about the possibility of maybe thinking about.
We get it. You're not committed yet. It's okay.
We get it. You're
doing
not.
a prep. I'm like,
don't put any pressure on him.
I didn't want to right now live the same way.
As you would in prep.
Yeah, because it's not fair to Steph.
Agreed.
Right now. Like, it's so far away.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like a couple of weeks ago, she's like, when I said you could do it, I didn't mean you could start right now. I was like, I'm just got the photo shoot. So I don't want to, there's been times when I'm like, I need to, like, if we go out, I'm just going to make the best choice for me.
Fill that bucket.
Yeah.
So we've been out, like, but we just pick good places. We pick, like, there's a Greek place, like, down the street here.
Mm-hmm.
You just get the soup bowl. You just don't eat the chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat the salad and the meats.
Yeah.
And, like, if you get the skewers, like, it's pieces of chicken on a skewer. So
Yeah.
you can kind of make it work. We went for grilled. You can obviously check out the calories and stuff before you go. So, like, I've always had, like, a quote-unquote, like, off-plan meal, but it's never been, like,
a large pizza.
Ascend it.
I had a couple of
diet.
chats with clients this week about that, like just how fortunate we are now, even compared to the 5 years ago, 10 years ago, how easy it is to still...
to eat in alignment with your goals when you're out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you're out, when you fucking... Like, you can go to a service station
Yep.
for a actual, like,
You can get
one
a
of your
microwave.
5 meals for the day.
You can get a microwave meal.
Well,
It's
you can
My
do-
Muscle Chef and put it in the microwave and eat it
Yep.
in the car.
Yeah.
It's insane,
It's wild. There's, like, actual protein shakes in there. There's protein bars that aren't just Snickers with 5 grams
Some
of protein.
places have, like, salads with chicken in them and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
go into any supermarket, be out within 3 minutes, and have a macro-friendly, calorie-restricted meal.
You can
absolutely.
go to the deli and be like, "Can I have 200 grams of shaved roast chicken?"
Yeah,
like
that's-
That's the goat move.
Yeah,
the
It's
barrier.
so easy to do.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you just have to want to.
Yeah. I did give myself a bit of a break after the shoot, though.
Yeah, you saw I had a couple of days, yeah?
Yeah, I had like a day and a half.
Yeah.
But I didn't really... I just ate food that I like to eat that I don't eat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, P.S.
Yeah.
Did not shit myself after the milkshake. We're all clear. They were all like, after a photo shoot, you can't have a milkshake. So we obviously ate my body weight in.
I wasn't there, obviously, to tell you absolutely you can.
Agreed.
Go for
it.
it.
It's only an hour and 10 minutes home. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, you guys know that I err on the side of I default to everyone else shits themselves.
I would have just said, you deserve it.
Yeah. So I ate my body weight
No,
in
wait.
Mexican food
Wait a
and
sec.
then went and got a milkshake.
Perfect mix after being shredded.
Make that milkshake thick, please.
Wait, didn't you get an ice cream?
Yeah.
No, I'll go thick shake.
Oh, so it's one of those like concrete mixer things. Like it was,
No, it was just piccolina.
Oh, yeah.
No, I have salted caramel. It was actually pretty average.
Yeah, that's this morning.
Well, at least you didn't shit yourself. So at least it wasn't like average milkshake and shitting on the drive.
I
I
wished
had,
I had have driven from Chadstone to Five Guys because Dion sent me a picture of a burger at Five Guys. I was like, I would kill for a Five Guys shake right now.
We went
Yeah.
I should have done that and then gone home.
Yeah.
dinner was slay.
The food was elite.
It was Fonda.
Yeah, Fonda's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
Nachos.
I had a good dinner as well. It's good. Had French.
You went French, yeah?
Yeah, how was that?
It's fantastic.
Just
Yeah,
raw beef.
Steph had the beef tartare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had something. I don't know what it was called, but it was delightful.
Yeah.
It's just this little concoction that looked delightful that didn't fill me up but tasted nice.
The first
oysters,
restaurant we
yeah.
went to in Paris, Amy ordered, just could translate beef.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think that's steak and chips. I'll have that. And it was the tartare.
Tartare.
She wasn't having it.
Really? I fucking love it, man.
Yeah,
if
it's
it's
really
all-
nice.
Flavoursome.
If it's bleeding, she's out.
Yeah, I know. It's just I was surprised Steph got it, but I think she was just like, when in Rome. It was only like a appetizer. It come on this like the bottom of it was almost like a prawn cracker, but it wasn't. And it was
Nice.
stacked on. It was
Yeah.
fucking
Nice.
great, man.
Yeah.
My theory
Yeah,
is like
it's really
I'm not a
nice.
fussy eater. I'll eat everything and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like my theory is if you're going to a restaurant and they specialize in something, don't make it yourself. I'm not
the
going to
thing.
go make beef tartare at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to
that's
go
right.
and order it where
Yeah.
they are going to kill it. Same as like oysters.
Yeah, we had some oysters. It was good.
Like I'm never going
I
to
don't
have.
do that at home. It's
Correct.
not a home food.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do
We
that.
used to every Sunday.
Yeah, same.
But if I'm
Not now.
out, yeah, like I'll try whatever
Yeah,
they've
they
got.
have like the nice, kind of sauces. Like this had this
Yeah.
like
Correct.
vinaigrette thing. It was sensational.
Yeah.
Just
That
all over
was
that.
that was my thing because I can't
Yeah.
do a Kilpatrick. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna eat that separately. I'm just gonna have bacon by itself.
I could eat like 20.
Yeah, because it's not the
Kilpatrick
oyster.
oysters.
Yeah.
Because it's
love
Yeah, that's it. You just like
favourite.
piggybacking on the
Yeah.
the sauce.
Yeah.
And the bacon.
The brown sauce.
That brown sauce and the bacon.
Whooshy.
I like a nice red wine vinaigrette on my
Yeah. I like mango too.
yeah.
Mango
Mango's
chutney.
okay. Yep.
I haven't had mango on an oyster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mango chutney
Bit of
goes
chili
hard, especially like
Mango and
when it's
chili.
hot.
on the oyster.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
thing.
it's good. It's summer vibe. Summery vibe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh, cold
Yeah.
mango chutney. Boom.
Yeah, it was real good. The 5 glasses of red that I drank.
Oh yeah.
Delightful.
Nice.
Yeah, we were like my mate was lit before he got there. Conversation was getting pretty crazy, and the people next to us were really enjoying it. Like, he was just being real loud. And,
That's the best.
yeah, it was good for him. There's a couple of moments I put my napkin over my face and just looked at the guys next to me. I'm so sorry. Topics of conversation were not for
Public viewing.
a 5-star restaurant and
Yeah.
Saturday night.
I emotionally relate to your friend in any given circumstance.
Even
I'm the
waitress-
person that's apologized
The
for.
waitress even come over out of nowhere and just said, "Don't worry, like the guys we had in last night were way worse than you guys."
That's not a compliment.
I was like,
That's not a compliment at all.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, don't put me in that box. It's just this guy.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, the next day I was like, he was like, "Oh, I woke up so rough." I'm like, "Well, the whole restaurant enjoyed the topics of conversation, bro."
Well, at least you got the experience and the good food. So it wasn't you just stuffing your face with calories.
It was a great time.
It was
I had
a good
great
time with good food.
We missed
Yeah.
you though.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hang out afterwards and stuff. But yeah, we had a good night. Steph and I went out beforehand, so we had like a late booking. And I don't mind the late booking for dinner. Like we went and got like
A
just
drink.
something small to eat,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just something really small, finger food. And then we had a couple of drinks together, hopped around a few places, and then we met them at dinner.
Beautiful.
And I was like, I'm about it, because when you leave the restaurant, it's like 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
and you're like,
going.
sweet, like I've had a good night. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was good, man.
Yeah, rather than
It limits
finishing
the
dinner
kick
at
on.
8 and then you're like, what do we do now?
Yeah, because I
The only
kind of was,
option's the bar.
I thought about that too. I'm like, this could go either way though.
Yeah.
Because then you could obviously
If you finish at
continue.
12 and then continue.
It's like, oh, let's go to that bar we always go to, and then the next thing you know, it's fucking
4
off.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I woke up absolutely peeled.
Shredded.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm drinking 5 glasses of red before every photo shoot, and everybody will show from this day onwards.
Yeah. Usually one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
I used to do that with almost.
One bottle.
I used to do it with my competitors all the time, and I'd make him drink red wine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what,
The
yeah.
girls were always just like, "Can I have white wine?" I'm like, no, you can't have Moscato. Have red wine, so you don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
You wake up lighter,
Yeah.
and you actually sleep.
Yeah. I had the worst experience the next day. Not the worst, but like I got ice cream, and I got sucked into the peanut butter pretzel connoisseur ice cream.
My favorite.
It's not it, bro.
No, I love it.
No, it's
Salted caramel pretzel?
no, it's like peanut butter and
Okay,
it's got
maybe it's
pretzel
not
or
the same.
something in it.
Right.
And so I love peanut butter ice cream, as you guys know. But it's
You're
just
still wrong, by the way.
it's just not as good. Well, it's wrong that I like it.
Okay, Mister, I don't like Biscoff as a whole.
Okay, what a shot that
still
was.
wrong.
It's wrong that you like
Still
it.
wrong.
So
Peanut butter ice cream.
it's just not the peanut butter cup ice cream. So
Yeah.
I got into it and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck,
It's
this
not
is
it.
shit.
Yeah.
It was actually upsetting because I was like, I'm going to eat on my diet tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
I was-
It didn't scratch the itch.
I get
Yeah,
it.
hate
Because
that.
that's how I felt about that milkshake.
Yeah, and
I was
because
like-
it looked the label and the description of the flavors, and I was like, I kind of saw like everyone says that this is
Yeah.
a decent enough ice cream, so I'm not going to say it's the best,
Yeah.
and it fucking just didn't hit.
I lined up for my thick shake.
Yeah, that's rough.
I lined up for it.
That's rough, man.
There were
And
like
it was-
3 people in front.
And it was mid.
But still, you don't want it to be mid. If you're going to waste, like, even we had to go out for dinner last night, and yeah, granted it was like a local pub,
Yeah.
but the food was just not good,
Mm.
and I'm like, I just like ate off my diet for this shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'd much rather just
Wasn't
eat
worth
my
it.
diet,
Yeah.
which tastes way better because I've perfected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I made a couple of wok sandwiches. It's so funny how my mind works. It's like people would eat like pizza and all that. I said to Steph, I'm like, can we just make paninis?
If I'm having an off-plan meal, we are sitting down. I'm having a charcuterie board.
Yeah, that's it. It was like cured meats, like pickled
Yep.
veg, nice pesto, nice cheese, and
Yep.
a roll with some nice bread.
Yeah.
I ate 2 of them, and I was like, I'm almost ready to just go back on my diet.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
salivating.
And I had a cookie. That was it.
Delicious.
That was it. Yeah. Just tick the box. So that's not getting away from me.
Love
Yeah.
that.
But
for
I'm
you.
big on that too, man. I don't want to be that. I don't want to get hyper focused with the food.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, I feel like that has a problem on the other side.
Yeah.
When the goal's different.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just not do that.
Yeah.
You know, like watching the videos and
Yeah.
scouring Instagram, because Instagram, as soon as you like one like restaurant, it'll just
All of
push
it.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of the deli sandwiches everywhere. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be like, no.
As soon as I usually watch at least, because I didn't watch BME's food for so long. I have an endless supply.
You've got 8 years of videos.
Endless supply.
And he was doing 2 videos a week for a
I
while.
watched the lockdown one the other day.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was awesome.
yeah.
Once he did a barbecue challenge, and I watched him just grab the top of a brisket and pick it up, and it just fell apart,
Yeah.
and my mouth salivated. I was like, I'm not watching
That's
these
the problem, yeah.
anymore. This is not. This is
Yeah,
not
you got to
good for
watch
my
the ones
mental
where
health.
like they eat disgustingly.
So I
'cause
watched the donut one,
Yeah,
and it was just foul how he ate it, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is working for me because that's disgusting.
agreed.
Stop it.
Yeah, yeah. The Eric the Electric, he eats like ridiculous amounts of food, but he eats like a pig,
Mm.
so it doesn't actually make you want to eat the food. And he
Yeah.
also like talks about how uncomfortable he is. So
Yeah.
you're just like, all right, this is just entertainment.
Yeah.
I want to know, I'm putting this out there. Are there any women that do this?
Yeah, isn't it number 3 in the world is female?
No. That
Oh, what's
watch
her name?
people
watch-
eating food. That watch people eating food
For fun.
Oh,
while
yeah.
they're in a deficit.
It's just
while they're in a deficit, 100%.
yeah. I reckon they do those reviews.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
that,
I guess it's
that would
different.
be the easiest page to set up.
Yeah, we had a client that had a drawer of bars
Yeah.
that she would smell. and
Yeah, I
would
was like,
close the drawer.
That's an eating just.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
like, that's got to stop.
Yeah.
They were hoarding shit in a box, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
that.
Well, one of my friends, she was in a prep and she took time off Instagram because she did the thing where she liked the post and then her whole explore.
Yeah, the algorithm
food?
just hammers you with food.
So she
yeah.
took like 2 weeks off Instagram, came back, and then she's like, I can't like food and I can't like bodybuilding because then I fall into a trap of comparing myself to physiques
Yeah.
and thing. And she's
Just
like,
like German Shepherds. It's the best. It's my
True.
page. Mine's just
Yeah,
German
yeah.
Shepherds at the moment. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, another dog.
Yeah, there needs to be a reset button on Instagram.
Well, like to reset your algo.
Yeah, just be like, I don't
Yeah.
like this anymore. Let me start
Yeah, you're
again.
going too far. You think you know me, you don't.
Yeah. Or you knew me for that week. I'm over it. I want
men
something
that
else.
like bikini girl photos that their girlfriends don't know about would love that.
Yeah. Where's the reset button? Where is it?
I can get away with anything. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it pops
Yeah.
up on my explore page, I'm like, babe, fuck, come on. Have you seen my photo album?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
The FBI agent in
Yeah.
my phone has seemed worse.
You know, that got brought up at dinner, hey? Like, just my job and shit and like the photos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, oh, how do you guys go with that? And we're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, we see all these photos of naked women. I'm like, I also see naked men. And I also see more of them. I also see more of the men than the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, it's just my job.
Yeah. It's not a thing.
This is probably
Yeah, and Steph was just like, he's always done it.
Yeah.
So she's like, if that's what he has to do, that's what he has to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably
There's-
more of a fit topic, but something for maybe you guys to talk about another time. But it's like when you see photos on Instagram of physique checks, it's like where do you draw the line between admiring a physique and then them sexualizing it? And it's
Yeah.
like where the line gets drawn.
I don't
down
have the sexualizing part.
Yeah,
of it.
but I
It's not
believe
even-
that. I
just
believe
like-
that.
I just like-
yeah.
Leanness, symmetry,
Yeah.
like tie-ins and shit. Detail. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like would never look at it.
Do you mean more from the creator standpoint?
Yes.
Yeah.
The intention
Oh,
of the
sorry.
post.
I thought you meant people
Yeah,
Girl
looking
dog
at it.
guy is just like,
Yeah, I never look at that shit, especially if they're in like posing suit and stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Your reply to my fucking picture yesterday, the thirst trap. Fuck. So I had 33,333 Ks on the car, and I posted it like, where all the crystal girlies. And she's just like, that's a fucking thirst trap. I'm like, it wasn't meant to be, but okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And only one person replied. Got heaps of likes though. Heaps of just like, I'm here.
I did this. I did a post once, and I was like, I don't know if it's just me. Like, but can someone tell me like what's going on with the moon or something? Because the last fortnight's been fucked, and I had like 15 girls.
Blows up.
And I was like, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
It's going in the playbook.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the text message of like, it's to mum. So the guy's like, hey mum, what time was I born? And
Yeah.
the reply is just like, leave that girl alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what star sign I am,
It's a good start.
and that's all.
Capricorn.
I thought Aquarius was a water sign, but apparently it's an air sign. And I only learnt that last year. I was like, but Aquarius is water. They're like, it's an air sign.
Isn't the Pisces water one, the fish?
I don't
Isn't that
know.
what it is?
There's a
My
few.
Zoya and Crystal, crazy.
You can read.
Crystal's a
You can
crystal
read
girl.
any of those things and say they're me though. So.
That's what I do sometimes. I read like
Yeah.
star signs for
Someone
other
else to
people.
believe it's me.
Yeah, I read star signs for like other star signs, and I'm like, I can relate that to myself. And
Yeah.
then I stop believing them,
just-
and it's not a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just want to believe souls for everyone. No.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't know.
Sure. Such a Capricorn thing. You're such a Leo.
Yeah, I'm Scorpio, and they're just like assholes on paper. So
Scorpio
it
sounds
gives
like
me-
the villain out of a fucking
Yeah.
It just gives me.
cartoon.
I want to lean into it, so then I'm just like, I'm just. A Scorpio.
Was the Scorpio like the villain in like The Simpsons? Like when Homer gets a job at the that power plant? I swear to God,
I don't know. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure he's
know
a
that
character on
episode.
Street Fighter.
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Scorpion,
Yeah.
yes.
Scorpion's on Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Get over
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway.
remember that episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name is Scorpio. Yeah, I'll look it up. It's like fucking
Report
hilarious.
back.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, Scorpio's here.
Yeah, it's like everything is just a negative connotation. It's just like,
It's
you
like-
are a jerk.
It's that goddamn Scorpio again. So all of the, what are they called? What's the thing called again? Like the group of those.
Hank Scorpio.
Woo girls?
No. What are they called? Star signs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all the star sign followers have tuned out now.
Yeah,
they hate us. Yeah.
There you go. That's the guy.
Yeah. See,
Hank
Hank
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
That's so good.
I watch a lot of Simpsons.
So that's me, apparently.
Yeah.
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 I get it.
I've got
Thanks
all
for validating me, by the way.
That's okay. All I know is Leos are supposed to be like that hyper masculine.
Yeah.
Dad's a Leo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, no, you're Taurus. Sorry. I knew it was an animal.
Still disagree.
Yeah, I don't know any.
I don't really know anything else.
Yeah. Like I said, you can read them and go, oh, that's me.
Oh my god,
I
that's
could read so
me.
many.
I'm such an Aquarius.
Yeah, it's okay. So. Look at you Aquarius.
My favorite's the
You're a Sagittarius. Sorry.
Mercury
Sagittarius,
drank too
aren't
much.
you? Or a Capricorn.
No, I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a cusper. I'm a
Yeah.
cusp. I'm on the cusp of
Whatever they do, that's me.
yeah.
I'm that thing.
Only the good stuff though.
Yeah. It's like, oh, don't worry. I was just about to self-deprecate myself even more.
All right.
Yeah.
Jess is here.
Hey.
We haven't talked about UStrong for ages. Probably since you were last year. When Jace was away.
Possibly.
Since you were overseas.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That was before I had to be at the gym every week
Yeah.
because I was setting up on Fridays too.
Correct.
Yeah.
How's it going? I wouldn't know. I don't come out there.
Well, there's a class running right now that's booked at 8 people and I'm not there.
That's pretty fire.
So actually, when Jess inevitably listens to this, she messaged me just before, and it was, there are 8 people booked at 9:30 a.m. 17 exclamation marks.
That's wild.
With our current equipment, that's our cap.
That's limit. Yeah.
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 To be fixed.
We'll have
Very
to.
soon.
We're just waiting. But
We'll have to get on that.
but that's fucking, like, that's insane. So
Yeah.
that's how UStrong's going.
Just drag out the benches from the combo racks.
It's not that.
You just don't get it, bro. You just don't get it. You're so
I'll just be like fucking that place up.
just
eh?
so detached, man.
We
You
have-
understand?
Yeah, I'm
We
out.
have-
Just this fucking pen pusher over here.
Literally.
Do you even know what
Yeah.
it's like?
You
on a
don't
gym
know what it's
floor?
like on the front line, bro.
Nah, not really.
I
I walk around once every 6 weeks of one of Jess's classes and be like, change this, and then
Yeah.
walk away. That's it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I've done it twice.
Super
What did
Saturday.
you tell
Open
me to
12 weeks.
change?
No, to
Not
clients.
you. Not you.
Oh, I was like,
Hey,
Not
take
to
the
you.
take the
Relax.
shield.
Relax.
Take the shield down, bro.
I thought
Put it back.
he
Put
was
it
dick
back.
swinging, being like, I walk into Jess's gym, tell her to change 2
As
things.
soon as
and
you
look-
said that, she just hit the button, man. Just
Just
fucking
like, let's fucking go.
Iron Man suit on. Fuck you up, bro. Fucking dare you talk about me like that?
No,
I have a cramp.
She's ready for fucking battle
Yeah, I was
straight
fucking
away.
gone.
Battle
That's on.
stations.
You guys,
Meanwhile, the actual reality is, I walk in the door and Jess goes, "That's the owner," and I'm like,
Where is he?
"Where?" Because this person is not dressed like the owner. It's not my vibe.
yeah, when Jason was coming in and doing the weight plate stuff, I'd be like, all right, ladies, like, obviously we're a gym that has males and females in here. We just have a really, really small male.
Sometimes.
2 men are members now.
Yes.
We've got 2 men
Get
and
it,
they're
boys.
both husbands.
Get it, boys.
That's it. Let's go.
And we love it. Everyone is just like, yes.
Mm.
Yes. Like, we love to see it. But yeah, like
Of course
when they train with their wives.
yeah, it's still probably nice to look at for some people.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But for like, yeah, when Jace was coming in every week, I'd just like give him a heads up. Like, hey guys, while you're training, just let you know, there's gonna be like
A massive human. Is
one of the
coming.
owners is like gonna come in, and then the car will pull up, and like Jason will walk into the driveway, and because we see a lot of people because they go upstairs, and because like Fox just treats a lot of people that train, so you're used to seeing relatively large humans.
Yeah.
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 And then you start walking through the roller door, they're like, he's here. I'm like, how'd you know?
I love that.
Yeah. That's cool.
My impending arrival.
I was watching a podcast with Robert Greene yesterday. He's wrote the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like reputation. How
Yep.
like you need to enter a room before you enter the room. So like Jason's like set up as the owner that's coming in to set everything up.
He only got his key yesterday.
The Mercedes pulls up and he walks in. He's probably fucked
Nah,
from
it's
the
always the
drive, so he
Jeep.
can barely walk. So it looks like he's strutting his way in, and he really just can't move his fucking hips. And people are just like, "Oh, Jason's here."
Yeah. Look at the swagger on this man. It's like, oh,
Yeah, and realistically, Jason's like, "Fuck, my hips hurt.
Yeah.
Fuck, everyone's looking at me.
fuck this drive, man. This drive, fuck you, man.
Oh,
That's the best.
well,
But progress is good, right?
it's upward in a linear fashion.
Yeah, I had a mate of mine that runs gyms messaged me yesterday, like, "How's the gym?" And I was like, we're 4 clients from profit. We have 100% retention rate and we have 90% attendance. It's like, metric-wise, it's
Yeah.
like, can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah. Is that good?
After 12 weeks, like, yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty sick.
So yeah, I think like day to day, it's hard to see it.
Yeah, because you're in it.
Yeah. And it's felt very slow,
Mm.
incredibly slow. And then I get brought into perspective once in a while, like what's happened, you know, obviously as a team, what we've done, boots on the ground, what I've done with consultations and running classes and phone calls and all of that stuff. And then I just like stop and I'm like, yeah. Like my big one was last week, like walking into the gym. My mum wanted to try a class and she hadn't seen the gym yet.
Yep.
And I was holding my son standing on the grass, watching Jess coach 8 people and my mum,
Yeah, that's dope.
7 people and my mum. And like, I was just like watching and I was like, I don't even have to be here right now.
It's pretty special.
And that's like, and I think just like seeing mum in there And then like when she left, I was like, it's like and she's gonna listen to this as well. She was like, it's a whole business. And I was like, yeah. So when I'm not at home because I'm working, or like when I'm talking to you, and then I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go jump on the phone, which is like the story of my life at the moment, which is like learning to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's been really fucking cool. And like to know that it's just going to get bigger.
Yeah.
And like, this
isn't even my final four.
You have this initial like, you know, it was slow before we opened the doors because I was selling memberships to a gym that wasn't a gym yet.
Yeah.
That had we weren't a franchise. We had nothing to go off. We had no photos of people in this gym doing the thing, or a gym that even looked like it. And, you know, still managing to sell memberships, which the members tell me all the time about. Like, remember when I came here and there was a pile of fucking cardboard? And I was like, yeah, and you bought the membership and look at you now, bitch.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like doing that and having this like beautiful little like inner circle with the foundation members that bought memberships before the doors opened.
Yeah.
And like, it's this beautiful, like, if someone does a trial, they're the ones talking to them and being like, one of them, shout out to Corrine. This lady came in and she was like, yeah, well, when I started, I only did 2 sessions a week. And I was like, no, this is way too good. I'm going to go overseas for a holiday, come back and do 3. And now I'm here forever. And I was like, you're hired.
Yeah.
So
here's $5.
yeah, literally. I will not stare at your next set of Bulgarian split squats.
Yeah. Cut them short, it's fine.
Yeah. And it's been really fun. Like, I think for a long time I was also, this is going to sound weird coming out of my mouth. I haven't said it before. But obviously, like, my role in UStrong is a bit different. But part of me was like, oh, I went from being an online coach back to coaching group classes.
Yeah.
And there's this inner sense of regression.
Yeah.
Like, it's this weird, but
Isn't
like,
it so strange how that everybody thinks,
right?
And even in Q&A, I was like, stay in the gym, guys.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I don't see that as a backstep.
Honestly, like, and I think for so long, because like even working with you guys, like I had a group coaching job as well.
Yeah.
But like the second we did the open day, I was like, bitch, you were made for this.
Oh, you're so good
Like,
to watch in that environment. Like, it's really easy to work out the ones that kind of have to do it and the ones that have it. It's like sit back and watch us two do that. We can do it, but it's nowhere near the energy and just level of someone like yourself. It's fucking night and day different. Yeah.
It's really cool, like, and because I'm coaching something that in terms of programming, like when I say this, like I obviously you guys know, but like we need to just reiterate, like this is such a fucking team. Like it's been such a team thing, but like in terms of the programming, Jason and I sat down together and Jason's like, Jess, you've done this. Write the program. Like stop second guessing yourself. Like you know
there was no point in me writing it. I'm like, I've never never been in a place like this before. I'm like, you tell me how it's going to work, and then I'll just say like, hey, this looks great. Maybe change it. Yeah, you had it, man.
And I haven't spoken to you once about it since, because I was like, I know what it works.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I'm like, do I need to talk about her about the next block? And I'm like, she'll come to me if
it's just
there's a problem.
And it's been really cool. Like the programming has evolved, and we spoke about there would be a time where we were programming for a hypothetical. Now I'm programming for who we have.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. The program writes itself.
That's perfect.
Like I was testing block last week and I was like, great, we're doing trap bar deadlifts, we're doing pause squats, we're doing tempo pause bench. Yeah. And we're going to keep barbell rows, barbell RDLs, barbell overhead presses. And then the accessories from there are going to be lots of knee flexion. Like, you know, it just... Yeah.
It's just
I literally, like, I just look at everyone. And then the only hard part is, based on our model, is if people only come to 2 sessions a week, making sure they get adequate volume of upper to lower, and just balancing that out. So I have to put that on a spreadsheet before I input it. Yeah. And I look at it and I'm like, slay. If I only did these 2 sessions, would I progress? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why people love the product is because you do that.
Yeah, and that last line too.
You're not aimlessly walking into a group session and just moving and throwing weight around.
Yeah.
And it's
you're
not
actually thinking about those things.
Yeah. It's not, this will be really hard.
Yeah.
It's, if I did these, would I progress?
And like what does it look like if 2 people, if you come twice a week
Yeah.
And what does it look like if you come 3 times a week? So
Yeah.
you're taking into consideration all of those
Yeah.
scenarios and then coming up with the best
Yeah.
product possible.
Yeah.
Service possible.
Yeah. So it's been really interesting. Like, obviously the gym's growing. I'm getting to speak to lots of different people. I've been trying to cultivate a culture of a gym that I enjoy walking into and that people would enjoy training in. And it's been spinning so many plates that as soon as Jess was hired and started taking classes, I was like, oh, it's a thing now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a living.
Like
it's a living, breathing organism.
Yeah.
I think the biggest achievement was not getting sick in winter and not missing coaching a single class.
Thank fuck for that.
Right?
Yeah, they did keep me
We
up
were
a
gonna
little.
do it, but
Yeah,
Right.
I was prepared to do
I
the
was
5
so-
o'clock, the 5 o'clock drive or whatever.
I
it
was
was
so like, before we did it, it was a thought, but when I was in it, I was like, nah, like the alarm was just normal. The going back, because I would do split
Yeah.
shifts. I still do a split shift on a Monday and I fucking love it though. Like, it's my only evening, so I don't get to see those evening members anymore.
that's it. It'd be good to connect with everyone, right?
Correct. So I make sure, so when we were like choosing mine and Jess's classes, like as an owner and operator of the gym, I wanted to make sure I did a 6 a.m., a 9:30 a.m., a 4:30 p.m. Like, so I could see all, touch base with everyone and
They get everyone an opportunity to see the face.
correct.
Yeah.
So that was really important to me because there have been workplaces I've worked at before where people have like pulled out too early and like, you know, no one wants to do the early wake up. So it's like instantly like, give staff members the early wake up.
Yeah.
But it's like you see the effects of that down the track.
Of course.
So it's been like maintaining client relationships, creating new relationships, how to integrate new members into the gym so they felt like they've been there forever.
Of course. How to set a good example for Jess when she comes in as well, like as in DJ. Like you want to have, like as a leader and someone who is, you know, kind of you have someone to report to.
Yeah.
Like you want to set that line of like, I'm willing to do the 6 a.m. wake up and give this everything I've got and treat these members this way and, you know, operate at a standard. Like you want that. You don't want to be going in and just being like, all right, so first opportunity for me to take a backward step is like here. So I'm just going to chuck this person in and they don't have an idea of like what the standard is like to meet where you're showing like, we don't just work here. Like we love this place.
Correct.
Like, you know, this is a culture that we're trying to cultivate.
I think something that I'm incredibly grateful that I did and I'm proud of because I've always been the person that's come into a workplace after the owner. So it's like my gym and this is just what works for me.
Yeah.
From the day that UStrong opened, because we already knew we were hiring Jess, but even if we didn't and she was just like an anonymous person that was potentially someone, everyone knew that she was coming. Everyone knew that a coach was coming.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that it wasn't always going to be me. Everyone knew that a sign of success and a good thing was when we had that other coach.
Yeah.
So when Jess participated in the first class, because she did a class before she took one, of course, and when we were onboarding her, it was like, hey guys, like this is the coach that we've been talking about. Everyone's like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, good to meet you. And instantly getting onto that. So like that transition was so seamless.
Yeah,
Not a single person, because like, you know, you obviously form connections with members, but because of the personality difference in Jess and I, the members that I don't connect closely with, she does.
Yeah.
Because we're
different.
same values and morals.
It's different energy.
Correct. So you walk into the gym when Jess is coaching and her music is more mellow and you can like,
I love it. It doesn't take a genius to work that out.
yeah, right?
I could hear her talking from the office the other day. I was like, she doing a one-on-one?
And then you guys have been to my classes before and it's like,
a little bit more energy.
you are 3 seconds from me doing a handstand and twerking on the wall between sets.
little bit more intensity, I'll call it.
Yeah.
So the members know
Yeah.
that there's a difference and there are pros to both of those.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you obviously read the room.
But you
though.
still get the
Like,
same thing.
You get the exact same treatment. You never do a set. Something that we are very, very, very passionate about at UStrong is you will not do a set that, like, you will not do an exercise without a coach giving you feedback on your set and watching a whole set.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that I am so, like, if you have poor technique or inefficient technique or insert adjective, you will not get away with it in the gym.
Yeah.
And even whilst you're working on it, you'll know what you're working on. Even if it doesn't look perfect, you'll know what you're working on.
Yeah.
And that's something that I say to everyone that does a consult, because a big selling point is obviously the intimacy of the smaller groups. And it's like, I want to lift heavy, but I'm scared. And it's like, I promise you,
Yeah.
you won't get away with lifting shit. So you don't have to worry about your technique
You've got
being
good
shit.
watchful eyes on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how UStrong's going. I love it.
Did
I
you,
love it so much.
So before you got started, like, did you believe that you had that kind of that grit and that drive again? Like, you know, having a period of time out and then having to step back in? Because, like, I'd like to sit there and, like, I'm one of those people where I'm just like, I'll fucking back myself to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like I've been a little bit out of the game of the boots on the ground. So I reckon it'd still be that, like, can I fucking do this? Like, you know.
So I was terrified, especially juggling having Parker.
Of course.
I was scared, but I was like, yeah, you'll be fine. And then on week 3, I woke up on a Monday morning. No, a Wednesday morning. Wednesday was always you were always kind of tired on a Monday morning when you wake up.
Yeah.
But you're in the car and you're fine. But it was on, let's not forget what my first month of UStrong looked like externally. Like,
I was going to say,
car,
probably not the best timing
but-
for your life situations.
Yeah.
I really felt very, very sorry for you with all of
yeah,
the shit that
it's
happened.
so fine. But for everyone that didn't know, I just had like the worst luck for 4 weeks in a row. That
And
like
you just happened to open the gym at the same time.
yeah, and I just kept on keeping on. My favorite was showing up to Monday morning meetings and the guys finding out my car literally.
There's a new phone first.
My car got broken into.
Oh, sorry, the car got broken into.
And my
then.
laptop got stolen the week that the gym opened. And I had to go and buy a laptop on the same day. Then the next week, my phone stopped working. And then the week after that, my car died. So the car that got broken into died. So I had to buy a new car.
Yeah. We did the new car process in like 4 days.
Yeah, and I gave you my car.
Yeah.
Jace, so that happened on a Monday. And on Friday, I was in my car.
Yeah.
Had the chat on Monday, the mental health checks with everyone. Picked up Jason's car on Monday night or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Picked up Jason's car on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I bought my car, and on Friday, I picked it up.
Yeah. I remember just being like, do you want me to come out? You're like, no, it's fine. I'm like, no. She can't be in that office by herself today. Off we go.
But like, I'm really...
This is like the heaviest fucking straw that is the last straw.
Yeah. And like, I'm really, really... But this is the stuff that like you don't sit there and talk about on social media, and you just do it.
Just get
And like,
done.
I just kept doing it. And I just like, you know, going through figuring out custody of your child and like all of these things that just, you can do it.
Do you think there was a time in your life when you would have caved though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you feel like there's been a lot of self-development.
December last year, I
Yeah.
would have fucking caved.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even my confidence in myself as a coach. Like I backed myself as a coach like fucking tenfold.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, I would wake up like that one, it was like, week 3, I woke up and I was like, everything feels really, really hard and really, really heavy. But you have a team of people relying on you to make this happen. Show the fuck up.
Nothing like a bit of
external pressure.
Yeah.
A bit of responsibility,
Yeah,
right?
no.
It's different when you go show up for other people. When
But-
you show up for yourself, you're like, tell yourself sometimes the bullshit.
Yeah.
But
I
when
couldn't.
people depend on you.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm going to fucking show the fuck up.
And
Or I've got to tell
I think
these
it's-
people that, like, I dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And like, it was showing up and being like to you guys, like, how are you? It's like, look, I'm not good, but I'm doing it. Like, and that was my response for like a lot of...
It's important to have that, like, an honest discussion, though. Like, you don't want to be in a position where you're just like, I'll, no matter what, tell them I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, you do want to be honest and be like, look, man, I'm struggling. Like, and
Yeah.
then it's like, well, how can we support you?
Yeah.
That's...
And then you're like, I'm still going to do the work.
Yeah.
Rather than like, because some people I know would just be like, well, I don't want to show weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I don't voice the weakness, I can't get any help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just never say anything, and then they just fucking crumble.
Yeah.
think-
It just gets to that heavy straw
Yeah.
and it all falls
There needs
apart.
to be a relationship
And the
where you're
people
like,
around you are like, what the fuck happened, man?
you need to be able to say it's hard, but I I'm going to do it. I just need help.
Yeah.
Like I pride myself on being an open communicator, and it's like there's a line of, you know, feeling sorry for yourself and then saying how you feel, but having like such a solid team, like you didn't have to give me your car, but you did, and you didn't have to drive an hour and a half to spend a couple of hours working beside me, but you did.
Yeah.
And like on top of that, like from a business perspective, we have those weekly meetings every week where we have to be honest and check in with ourselves. And like, even this week, I'm like, yeah, cool. Like I need to be making way more phone calls. I need to spam people more, and I need to take it up a notch. But I don't, like, part of me is like, oh my God, you piece of shit. Like you could have been doing this the whole time, but truthfully, I couldn't have. Like I couldn't have.
Yeah,
and I have to be like, it's not until you push that level of discomfort. Cause like, it was really funny looking at like, okay, so I earn my living as an online strength coach, and my side hustle is opening a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Being boots on the ground in a gym full time, that's my side hustle.
Yeah.
And it was like grasping that, because like I'm like, yeah, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And it's like, oh no, this is supposed to be fucking hard, babe.
It's a
like,
really good way to look at it.
Like
With everything we do as well.
And
Because Jason and I are in the same position. Like the
Correct.
majority of our income comes
coaching.
from coaching. The majority of our time goes to STC.
and
Yeah.
it was flicking the switch though, but not using that as a like, I'm not putting my effort in.
I was just about to say it's
No,
not.
yeah,
yeah,
it's
but,
not.
no,
It's
but you
just
put
like-
the effort in.
it's
It's
like-
just the
Correct.
income comes from
Yeah.
somewhere else
The-
right now.
The exceptional,
Most of it,
the
sorry.
exceptional upside is still side hustle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that-
'cause it's
that-
gonna-
both of those projects have
That's a
And
machine.
potential
that's
to
what I kept
overtake
telling
really
myself.
quickly.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't going to be, because like for 8 weeks there, it was wake up, coach, make phone call, online check-ins, pick up Parker,
Yeah,
phone calls,
be a mum.
coach. Oh yeah, with Parker the whole time.
Yeah.
Go home, do bedtime, hope that he goes down early enough that you can call the lead back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up, do it again.
Yeah.
Again.
And like no second of the day, like my training went back. I was in recovery as well. So I was only training 2 to 3 days a week. 45 minutes to 60-minute sessions, go in, do the thing at UStrong, go home. Like training was just like not my priority. Never stopped doing it, but it just couldn't be.
Took a back step.
Yeah.
Correct. And so it was like, I need to make sure, like I'm someone that definitely will not eat if I'm busy. Like
Yeah.
I default to not
Just stress
eat.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, if I eat there. So it was like, bring your fucking, like going back to bringing your food to work,
Not being able to cook it anytime.
right?
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, okay, cool. Now I got to prep my meals for tomorrow for the next couple of days. Otherwise you're going to be fucked and you can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
Me
just,
look after myself, make sure that I'm at my best so that I can do all these things.
and then go home and make Parker a fresh home cooked dinner and spend
course.
time with him and bath him. And then, you know, like
yeah,
it
it's
was,
a lot of things.
I
yeah.
had to remind myself that it wasn't going to be this way forever. But I also showed myself that one, I could trust like this team to one, keep me honest, but two, like to make me feel supported more than fucking anything. Cause it was like, I haven't felt embarrassed telling you where I could do better.
Yeah.
Because if I was ticking every box all the time, I mean, that would be amazing, but I just don't think it's realistic.
Yeah.
Like,
somewhat unrealistic.
yeah.
When you think about it.
And whilst trying to maintain an online coaching business, like it's like, oh, I want more of this, but I want more of this. That's like, bitch, you cannot have more of everything at the same time. It's like, you know, putting the dials up and switching, you know, and now I'm like, okay, cool. So I pushed through that incredible level of discomfort, sleeping 5.5 hours a night, doing the things, doing the early wake ups, putting my son back to sleep when he wakes up 2 to 3 times a night. Like no one's fucking there. And now that it got a little bit more comfortable with Jess, I was like, cool, role change, do more of this, blah, blah, blah. Now that it's settled again and Jess is like putting on PT sessions every single week, you know, she's got more online clients than she's ever had.
Amazing.
Like all of that is happening. And I said to Ben in our last meeting, like so much of my focus is like, you know, working with Jess on having a social media presence for the first time in her career and feeling comfortable with that. Working through her development as a coach as well, whilst still ticking all these boxes. Now that is so settled, it's like, cool. Now I'm having to put my sales hat on more than I have.
Yeah, it's this dial can
Like
go up now.
before we opened the gym, it's going back to before the gym opened when I had less responsibilities. It's like, cool.
Yeah, way more proof though. So
Yeah, it's easy.
So much. Yesterday I signed up for 7-day trials.
yeah, it's sick.
And that was just yesterday.
Yeah. So would you say, so 12 months ago, stressful things happened and you would have crumbled?
Yeah.
So the difference now to then is just the support, like, because it's like the reason why I ask is like we got an interesting question in Standout. It was like, I can back myself as the trainer, but when it comes to everything else outside of training someone, I second guess myself. I have all this doubt. It is really challenging, and I hit these like mental blocks. So it's a very, very similar scenario. So it's like, you, what changed?
Learning to ask for help and learning to communicate. I feel like I've done a much better job of doing that professionally and personally with you guys. Being honest about everything, because you're never just stressed about one thing. There's a reason why you're responding the way you are to certain situations. So one is asking for help and knowing that the right people aren't going to make you feel less than for asking for help. And the right people want to see you win. And, you know, I'm very fortunate to work in a team where you guys will be like, hey, there's a hole here that needs to be filled. Or, you know, you guys will happily do that for the sake of the business, but communicate that in a way that is productive. So I would definitely say, communicating to people, asking for help. If you work by yourself, have your mentors, you know, do that and lean on them honestly. Don't feel like a dickhead to ask a question. And then, it's so cliche, but like, feel the fear, feel the tired, feel the discomfort, and just fucking show up.
That's exactly what we said.
Like, there are sessions that I've coached better than others. Same as you. I'm sure you've done check-ins that are better than others.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I'm sure you've given business advice that is better than others. You know, like, not everything has been done perfectly, but the more I do it, the better it gets. And if I dip down and I'm like, oh, that one wasn't my favorite conversation I've had on the phone.
Yeah.
You stop for a second. You don't have to sit down and diary entry it out. But, you know, being like, okay, fuck.
Yeah, mental note.
I jumped straight into telling her to do a trial instead of asking her what she wanted. And then revolving the conversation around that. Cool. Don't do that again.
Yep.
Move on.
Yeah.
And so just do it.
Do
you
it.
can't.
Stack your proof.
No one's gonna die.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die. Like, just do it and keep being better.
I heard something during the week that was the moment you stop learning new skills, watch your life fall apart. And I was like, the point was sort of like, every moment in your life can be an accumulation of skill that then leads to shit that you don't even realize could be a thing. And like, I was in my head, I was like explained my career in a sentence. And it was just like, the sales role made me build my business really quickly. Because I filled my business really quickly, I was able to become a good coach because I had lots of people to practice on and fuck it up a lot.
Yeah.
And then we educated and we ran our own system, and then we educated externally, and we ran courses that we got paid $30 an hour instead of our fucking $120 an hour PT rate that we accumulated skills for. And we did this and this and this and all the way through. And then it's like, somehow I ended up in a room with gym owners to be like, this is why your gym's not working.
Yep.
12 months later, we had one.
Yeah.
It was just like, that's just an accumulation of random skills that seem random at the time to end up in this position.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, what happens now? Like, now the role at UStrong is not, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I don't do the socials, don't do the copy, I don't do anything of that. It's just like, well, now I'm learning to run something far away with an investor. This is going to be a really important skill. And listening to everything you're saying there, it's like, it's interesting to look at the pros and cons of not having done this before.
Yeah.
It's going in blind means probably setting higher expectations than were realistic. We were like, we should open in profit. Like, you talk to other people, like,
I
unless
never
if,
said that.
if
but
you're
that's
not
why.
if
I
you're
was
not
like,
a franchise, like, nah.
Yeah.
You have a huge marketing budget and
Yeah.
6-month pre-sale and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's our goal.
Yeah, of course.
So
That's
we get
everyone's
as
goal.
close to that as we possibly
Yeah.
can, and then like even the systems and stuff, we didn't know
No.
what we were doing yet. Got them in place, sweet. Now they work, and we've designed them purely on the idea. Thankfully, we had someone that had been in the environment, so we knew culturally what we needed, how everything needed to be delivered, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, listening to your thing, that just like kept popping up. It was just like, there's now the skill of the sales role. There's the skill of we had when you first came to STC, it was like, you're going to run a mentorship, and it just didn't get the legs that we wanted it to.
Yeah.
But that onboarding, that initial, what are their fears? What are they struggling with? The system of what they're getting wrong now means like DJ's killing it in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just that random accumulation of skills that have happened over
From
time.
just doing
And then you just
stuff.
get like, there's an opportunity, you get dropped into it, and you can just fucking.
Well, like, I think it's really cool hearing you say that, because through this whole experience, I have gone in being like, you know, XYZ, you know that you didn't enjoy XYZ and what you wanted to do when you're in this position. All I have done at UStrong, as somebody that when I came to you guys, like, financial security was like my highest priority. I remember the first Standout session we did where we were talking about our values. I was like, financial security, like right at the top. And it's like, yes, of course, I work to, you know, have an income.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
not once when I was like in the thick of it was I waking up thinking about the value of my time. Not once was I thinking about what this will equate to money. Not once was I was like, it was purely like, how much better can I get at time management to be able to do these other things better?
Yeah.
To get better. And it wasn't until the day that I got paid for the first time at UStrong, I was like, I'm going to get paid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And it was
income.
like, you know, it was a couple of months in
Yeah.
and I literally was like, oh, and I've done it a few times since being at STC. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that that's going to result in an income.
Yeah.
Like, you just forget, you get so caught up in wanting to be better at the systems and do the thing and refine the thing and show up to the thing that you're like,
I feel like that's how you get in that position though, because if you do the flip side and you're just like, oh, well,
chasing money.
or even just chasing instant, output for your input, you're just like, well, sometimes a lot of delayed gratification in business. Like, it's very
I think it
similar.
holds a lot of people back.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It's no different to training. It's like, but they can go into the gym and like train to build the muscle a year later.
Yeah.
But they won't do the same thing in their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have the physique you want tomorrow when you do the one workout.
Yeah.
So the same thing with your business. Like, there's so much work that gets done
Yeah.
that you don't see the benefit of it straight away.
Yeah. And you think like the unpaid work that we've done, or the low underpaid work that we've done. Think about like even just to trade. It's like 4 years of underpaid work because you're getting educated. And then university is cost you fucking $100,000
Yeah.
that you've got to then make back.
Yeah.
So it's like when you start to be like, cool, so in business, I have to accumulate that, which is interesting because it is that 10,000 hour rule. So I have to accumulate all of that to then get the thing.
Yeah.
And no one is willing to do it.
Well, the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
The ones that fail.
So few. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are the ones that fail.
Yeah. I think it's like you still, and even despite still doing all of this, like I was just thinking then, like at UStrong, there would be close, like over 40, close to 50 people that move through the gym to train a week, right, at the moment, with our services. And I like stop and think that I was on the phone talking to them, and like the amount of phone conversations I've had in the last 6 months is
You
like...
a Pilates studio?
So strength training, is
think,
that like reformer?
There is a Pilates business called something stronger.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why.
It's called
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
So
It happens
Yeah.
a lot.
damn for us.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Damn for Jess on the phone talking to people that are like, oh no, I don't want to deadlift. I
Yeah.
just want to do reformer Pilates. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not even going to try to convince you.
Bad luck for you though.
Yeah. But it's like, I still hesitate when I pick up the phone to call someone. I still like,
You still do
Yeah.
a double
and it's
take,
like
yeah.
now I hope that I can like come back, sit into more standout PT sessions and stuff like that again, because I use that time to train.
Yeah.
Come back, sit down in more standout sessions and be like, I'm doing the same shit again.
This is my experience to
Yeah.
them, because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you just said it before. Some of the guys and even just people watching other people ahead of them,
Yeah.
they think that we don't, or they don't, the ones they're watching, experience the things that they do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we still
Yeah.
experience the imposter syndrome and the doubt
More.
and it's just we're
The
just playing
consequences go up.
just playing in a different field.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's like there's still situations where we don't 100%, 100% confident that this is going to work, but we're going to back ourselves to do the best we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't match up, but the only way you know how to fill that gap is if you take the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that framework of the skill development for that reason.
Mm.
Because if you take the pressure off of like, this is me developing a skill,
Yeah.
it's easier to post on socials.
Yeah.
It's easier to make the phone call. It's
Yeah,
easier
yeah.
to do the video. We were in there the other day, and there was Laura had a class. I think there was
Someone
like a
training.
powerlifting gym owner
Yeah.
in the gym.
Yeah.
Jess and I walked in expecting an empty gym to film our deadlift resource, and I was like, I got to talk to camera in front of 10 people.
Yep.
I took my jumper off after the first video, not because it was warm in there, because I was fucking sweating.
Yeah.
And the people, and like
And I
to
said to
preface
Jess,
this,
I'm like, I still get nervous with this shit
Absolutely.
by myself, let alone with 12 other people in the room.
How's the audio? It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
on those mics, it's really
it's
good.
real good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, just
No.
sidestep. But yeah,
Yes.
I was just
Really
curious
good.
about the noise, but I reckon those
But-
mics are good.
do you know how sore my forearms? My forearms, my triceps, because you're pulling
Yeah.
the slack and you're
Yeah.
paused in that. And I wanted to flex my triceps because I looked really good on the camera. And so,
It's like,
no, literally, I had a girl reply to being like, your arms look so good in that. I'm going to mute him, but I'm just going to watch the video. But
yeah, fucking content's good.
As long as you download it, I don't care.
literally,
Rest of the stats look good.
but fuck my, like, and then I trained back after it, but like everything was so sore and I was like, but I know, like, I was trying to juggle everything. The ball I dropped was my posting on social media, like mine, because I was like, I got another page to worry about now. So I know what needs to be done next, and it's like giving yourself grace, but not falling victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finding that line of
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I-
like
calling me
don't
on
pity
my-
yourself.
yeah.
Give yourself a moment, but then it's like find a way to show up.
Well, like for the next, 4 weeks specifically, like Ben and I have spoken about, like there's going to be a very big push in my call frequency for people at UStrong. So really ramping up the amount of contact I have with them, particularly in the first week. So I'm someone that needs specific numbers and,
Yeah.
putting that in place, and it's
Yep.
already showing better signs.
Yep.
But then after that, like I've gone back to Ben. I'm like, after like the week before, it's like, cool, we're going to put together metrics for my own personal business again.
Yeah, because you'll make
Because I'm
it.
maintaining.
Yeah,
like-
you'll make it work. I feel like
Yeah.
you'll make it work if you still have the benchmarks.
Correct.
It's just at the moment it's easier to just go, all my focus
Not
is
looking
here.
at
It's
that.
why we tell the guys, like, track your fucking business.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm laughing because it's the next point in my...
yeah. It's like track your fucking business.
Yeah.
Because you probably don't realize, like, how direct and useful and productive you could be with your time
Yeah.
if you just go, how's UStrong going? Okay, let's have a moment for my business.
Yeah.
How's it going? Sometimes, like I said, like we say, sometimes it can be a positive thing. Oh, it's all good. Oh, thank God. Okay, move
Yeah.
on. Don't have to worry about this like impending
Yeah.
weight and stress and anxiety. It's like you can actually look at it some weeks and be like, my business is cool. Move on. If it's not, oh sweet.
What do I need to do?
What do I need to do? How am
Yeah.
I going to make this work? Or maybe I'll batch a content day, do all my posts in the 3 hours on Monday morning if I can, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
very
think-
much.
I think so one of the main questions I get when I start talking to personal trainers is just like, how the fuck do you do all that? Like, how do you have
Yeah. How do you do
two
what
gym
you
under
do? Yeah.
management, another personal training team under management, our own coaching business,
Yeah.
Standout PT, my own coaching, a 9-month-old? Just how? And honestly, it's the trackers.
Absolutely.
It's
Trackers,
literally just like tracking your business.
to-do lists,
Yeah.
action lists.
But
It's having it all there.
everything starts at the tracker.
Absolutely.
Because like I'll sit down, and I think we've done a really good job of this, getting it in place quickly. So if we look at UStrong and all of our businesses, there's 3 documents that we use. So from the top, it's like we call it a God document. Every little bit of money that goes in and goes out, not actuals. And I think that people get caught up in actuals and it takes too long. What does my business look like on a page if everyone pays and everything's happening this week?
Yep.
Profit, revenue, distributions, whatever. How does all of that look? Every service is on there. Everything that gets paid out from that. So for us, it's like the coach gets this much or whatever. All of that's laid out on one spreadsheet. And there's literally a corner in that spreadsheet that gives me all the information of the health of our business that I need in 30 seconds. Not even. 5 seconds, I know good, bad.
Done.
Like,
Yeah.
is that number bigger
Green.
than last week?
Green.
Yes.
Good.
No. Then we go to the like activity tracker, let's call it, like the KPI part.
Yep.
How many active members do we have? How many are on suspension? What's the retention like? How many calls did we make? How many appointments did we make? How many did we close? Like, we need to start adding what show ratios like in terms of attendance rates. What percentage of members are actually coming? For mine, I've got, did I do my posts, my stories, my CTAs, how many link in bios did it get? What did my Instagram growth look like? What's my engagement like? So I'll go through on a Monday and I do mine.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, and everything that I'm responsible is on there.
Yeah.
But STC Fit just says revenue profit. So does UStrong.
Yeah.
So does our Anytime facility. All of that's just revenue profit. That's it. They have their own God document tracker for the overall
you can
business.
go find the stuff when you need it.
Then when I get to the meeting, it's the first 10 minutes of the meeting this is where the God doc's at, where this is what we need. So I know we need 4 members because the God document says so.
Yeah.
And
Jessica,
I can just
make more phone calls.
I can just be like, bang, that's what we need right now.
Yeah, this is the focus.
Yeah, and go, it's November tomorrow. We know in 6 weeks it's going to be slow.
Yeah.
So we need 10 now.
We need to push hard. Yeah.
Like, that needs to happen in the next 6 weeks, and then we can manage Christmas.
Yeah.
And then as like being on the other end of that, as somebody that like previously would take, not with you guys, but like in my past life, pre-STC, someone tells you that and you take it as an insult. So think about the amount of people that will look at their God doc. Like the whole joke of like, you don't want to check your bank account because you don't want to see what's in it.
Yeah.
Pulling wool over your eyes, knowing like that God doc, if you work for yourself, that God doc is the one that's telling you what you need to fucking do very clearly.
Yeah.
It's not taking that as an insult, like, oh, I'm so shit.
Yeah.
I'm so shit for not being at this level, or I want 30 online clients or 40 online clients. Like, I'm so shit for not having that yet.
Yeah, that's why people don't set goals.
Correct, because it seems so far away.
I don't want to fail.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how do you pave the way for tomorrow with not paving the way for fucking 3, 6 months, 12 months down the road?
We just had the conversation about the body dysmorphia thing in the fit chat. I have that thought about every business every week.
Yep.
Every single week. It's like, should be further. This should be this. I'm not performing, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, well, the only thing to do is the thing.
Yeah. Because not doing the thing is the worst thing.
Yeah.
So doing something
I
is
think
better
I
than-
help. I think I help keep you in perspective too sometimes. Cause
Agreed.
sometimes,
100%.
because like but I know your personality, so I don't take it personally that you're like, well, fucking do more. Because if it ever got to that point, I'd be like, you come and do it.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm confident in my output.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't doing the thing, I would really shy away from it. But
You
like,
guys fighting or you fighting right now?
No,
Or,
definitely.
no, I'm a wog.
Every week.
like you
No.
called her out for the session before.
Earlier.
She's already
Yeah.
ready. Yeah.
Just no. So it's like Ben will come in and I know the standard that I expect of myself, and Ben, being the person I have my weekly meeting with, will hold me to that standard.
And that's
And then-
absolutely what you want.
Correct. And so when you cross that accountability with the document that is directly telling you your actions are resulting in this, it kind of like, it forces me to be like, I need to improve X, Y, Z. And it forces you to be like, okay, so we're moving in a linear fashion. but we kind of need to ramp it up for this reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's about keeping perspective on both ends. It's like you can always put more effort in somewhere while still being, still acknowledging that it's moving where it needs to.
The other benefit, though, is when you do elevate, you can see a result.
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't even need to give her the affirmation.
Yeah.
She can see it.
And that,
Correct.
I was going to say that I've never told, since we opened, I don't think, I've never told you what to do.
No.
I've brought up the data and been like, how do we, like even this week, like with the calls,
I said it.
I was like,
How do we make
is there
this better?
something, because I was like, I don't know if we need to go to the marketing team or I don't know if something's happening in the gym, but the performance right now isn't going to give us a safety net over Christmas. So that's the problem. And when you start getting into like mentoring other people, and this is obviously coaching lessons in general, my style, and this is like reach model and all that kind of stuff, it's just like, what standard do you want me to hold you to?
Yeah.
But B, there's a problem, and I know we spoke about it, it's like us versus the problem. Communicating that can be challenging. But if I go to Jess and say, we got 6 weeks really until things slow down, we're 4 members from Profit and we'd like to have a buffer because we're going to have suspensions.
Yeah.
Is there something in the gym that we can do differently that you've seen? Or do we need to go talk to the marketing team? And Jess just straight up went, I need to make more calls. I only really touch base this much.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, the standard is probably this.
Sweet.
Can we do that? Yes, go. And it's literally, when you go from the God doc, you see the overarching thing in the business. Then you go to activity tracker, let's say. You can see what the inputs are. And then you can see what inputs are either showing a problem. So we have like a lead to sale ratio.
Yeah.
We know we need to be at a minimum of 10%. And we haven't been. So it's like, okay. Like
This is different compared to PT.
Of
Well.
course.
100%.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah.
not-
Totally different.
Yeah. You lead to, if it's 10% in PT,
There's something
that's
wrong.
trouble. Should be like 95.
But yeah.
But so we can go, cool. So that isn't at the metric that it needs to be. What's the metric that's affecting that the most?
Yeah.
Is it show ratios? We need to change the nurturing sequence. Is it the type of leads we're getting? We need to change the ads. Is it just that we're not making enough calls? So how do we structure that in? Can we get Jess involved? Like having God doc, state of business on paper, no bullshit, no feelings, no. When trainers' clients say, I feel fat, every trainer wants to punch them in the face. But every trainer goes, I just don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. It's
Yeah.
like, show me the data.
Yeah. Show me progression.
Oh, I don't have it. Okay. Are you making more money than you were last month? Yeah. So what do you want?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just,
of
it's
course.
such a
Yes.
weird
Yeah.
double standard. So if
And-
you have both of those in place, and then when you get bigger, all that happens is now DJ has a tracker.
Yeah.
And that tracker is then plugged into the big one.
Yeah.
And then when someone new starts, it'll be the same, and it'll be the same, and it'll be the same. And the mentor that works one-on-one with that person will just bring the tracker up. And they've got their own little version of the God doc in terms of income and all that kind of shit on it. Jess will look at it, look at the tracker and be like, for you to do what you need to do, this is what needs to happen. And then that feeds into the next one, which feeds into the next. It's so
Important.
Yeah, but it just brings the anxiety of everything down so much.
And it's also like super reassuring to me as well. Like, yes, it highlights that the leads coming in to the people showing up is where our gap is. Then, or the showing up to the free trial or the consultation if you're a PT, whatever. But like knowing that the consultation to membership or free trial to membership
Slaps.
rate is fucking insane,
Yeah,
if I do say so myself,
yeah,
gives me confidence to do the rest of the stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
So like it's affirming. Like it's affirming. And like what you said, like sometimes it's just you look at it and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And you can just
I'm
close
doing
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
No, it's a nice feeling to, rather than like, I feel like I should be ahead. It's a nice feeling to sometimes be like, oh, I'm doing a fucking great job.
well
Yeah.
for me, it shows me that I'm like the product is great.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because the people that experience
Once
the
they
product
come-
buy the product.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm like, great. And it feels nice to know that like all of that time and that effort and the continued effort, but obviously it's at different
Yeah.
levels, has been worth it. So that's where I'm like, cool, sales hat goes on now because gym floor Jess
Yeah.
put that work in to make sure that thing was good. And now it runs itself with the other coach.
But what does
Yeah. And
what does the online coach do? or the personal trainer, they just continue to make their program template better.
Yeah.
They continue to add things to their service. What if they had the data where it's like when people come, they stay for
a year, 2 years.
yeah, 1.5 years. It's like
Stop that. Yeah.
Stop
Your
that.
service is great.
Put your energy
You
somewhere
need
else.
to put your energy into your lead acquisition, or if you do have a lot of leads coming through, but not a lot of people are signing up, it's like, well, what's going on in that process to get that person on?
Even speaking to the marketing team, so they obviously manage like 100 gyms. And they're like, the spectrum is 10% from lead to sale to 30%. 30% is like as good as we see it to lead. So if you can get in that 20% range, you're dominating. And then it's like, okay, so how many have 100% retention, 95%
Show rate.
show up ratio
Yeah.
for class like active members? And it's like none. Like, okay, so if we're running at 10,
Yeah. But we're also
but everyone fucking stays and everyone has an awesome
time.
It's like the people who do, less people want the thing because it's not
yeah, it's not
a
what they
generic
It's so
free
niche.
class.
first
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
But the people that are in this space, once they see it, they're here for life.
The most common thing is like that I hear all the time is like, I never thought that the gym could feel like this.
Mm.
And that is
Yeah.
That's awesome.
like,
So cool.
could literally tear up at just like, I already know the impact that this place, sure, people won't stay with us forever, but I know that the way that we've made them feel about themselves
Yeah.
through our product
They'll remember it.
forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And they're going to take great technique, and then when another coach in the future says to them, how did you learn that? And they're going to be like, I fucking went to a small group gym and they taught me how to deadlift like this.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I'm really proud. Like it is very niche, and a lot of the phone calls that I do make do become a bit redundant because people are like, okay, well, for that price, I could just go to another small group gym and do 17 classes a week if I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like, you absolutely could.
You can. Go
Yeah.
for it.
And I'm like, absolutely. And if session frequency is something that you want, I want results for my clients. So, you know, this is why we run it, X, Y, Z. And they're like, okay, yeah, cool. Nah, I just really want to go more. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
So like there's so many of those conversations, and they're the ones that come up now, not reformer, which
Yeah.
is great. I would much rather,
Yeah.
would much rather have that. Like,
Agreed.
you will be with me in 6 months' time when you realize you haven't changed.
Yeah.
And you have the same
Yeah.
7 injuries because
I
you
was going
just
to say
do burpees.
everything
Yeah.
hurts because
Yeah.
the program is not for you.
Correct. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when the marketing is right and then I continue to refine conversation, like, fuck, we change something every few weeks because you don't want to change it every week. But whether it's the text message that they get when they opt in, whether it's like whatever it is, like the tracker has just done everything and
Guides your decision making.
so fucking much.
Makes
like,
it all objective. Makes an incredibly potentially emotional thing, especially when you're working in a team environment. Can get to a very emotional feeling thing, which is like your clients with their fat loss and their training and even how you feel about your training, and takes it to objective data.
That's probably my biggest change in the last year as well.
Yeah.
I'm not emotional about business anymore.
Mm.
Oh, well, emotion doesn't dictate the way I behave in
behaviour.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
It's a bit of maturity.
I think,
around
yeah,
it.
whether it's
Yeah.
like I'm entering my 10th year. January
it's
is
sick.
10 years.
Wild.
Whether it's, you know, confidence, skin in the game, trust in you guys, but more so
You're a totally different person than when
It-
you first started with us, though.
fucking oath. Like,
So-
and tracking data, and because I can do it with body composition. I can go, as we spoke about on Fit, I can go up in Scaleway and be like, but whatever, this
Yeah.
is the goal. I can do that. And it's like not being confronted by what I see in data and not seeing it as an insult, but seeing it as this is what you do well, this is what you don't. At the end of the day, this is what you need to do.
Do you reckon?
Changed it all.
Do you reckon being thrown into scenarios that don't involve being a personal trainer has helped though? Because like,
Yeah.
you know, jumping on here for the first time, I think you were terrified.
I was.
When you presented in World Gym, I
Yeah.
could tell you were nervous. Even just like you were like, we have to get there early. I need a minute to read over
Yeah.
this presentation. You know, which are totally normal things, but like though, like you've just pushed the boundaries. And we've just helped provide them and facilitate whatever you wanted. And I think because you've just chucked yourself in the deep end sometimes, now you're just like, it doesn't matter how deep this fucking pool is, I'm going to swim in some capacity.
100. Also, in saying that, happy 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 years.
Absolutely.
So happy 2-year anniversary episode. When I started,
We're
I
going to all
had
celebrate by eating chicken and rice and going and get a pump.
training chess. But yeah, so starting with a private Instagram. Look, I had my online clients. Like, I've always been a good people person, and that's always something that's really carried me and whatever. But like, where I going into the role of doing events and doing the mentorship, and that first event that I organized in Brisbane, touching base with the gym fucking 15 times, organizing things to the I still organize things to the minute when we do interstate trips, and that will never stop because it
Please
takes...
don't.
Please,
No,
great.
no, because I was going to say that takes everyone's anxiety out.
It's amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just makes for well-run events.
Yeah.
But my energy goes into so many other things now that it's like, I get it done well, and I know that it's going to run well, to the point where Tam and I didn't speak about the photo shoot until the day before. I obviously organized. You guys were like, cool. One of the gyms didn't work out, so I took it upon myself. I'm like, if you guys are okay with location, we're going to go here instead. I picked the times, didn't ask you guys for the times, like picked the times, told you when you were going to be.
Yeah.
You gave some
And
guidelines.
The biggest shift I've seen is you don't ask us any, questions as much now.
Yeah.
So
It was a lot of like, I'm unsure and what should we do? Now you go, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And then we just give you some feedback if there is any. Like,
And
'cause
make
you're
the
just so
changes.
confident
Yeah.
from doing the thing that you're just like, I got this now.
Yeah. And it's like, guys, rather than going to you saying, should it's I want to do X.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
This is
everything's
how
in
it's gonna
place to
go
go.
down. Yeah.
And, this photo shoot was, I'm like, I didn't do anything. But I'm like, no, you literally fucking told everyone where to be, picked the exercises they were doing, when they had to be.
Organize the event, did the event bright, like sent
And
out
I
the messages.
didn't. I was like, I didn't even think twice about, and just the change and confidence in myself. And yeah, that's absolutely, you guys have helped me play to my strengths. Organization is a big strength of mine for, event management and things like that. I play to my strengths there. I'm the people person. I do all of these things. And it's just like snowballed into, how the fuck do I own a gym? Like, what do you mean?
So we're going to go a little bit over because I have one more thing that I wanted to talk about while you're here specifically.
Going over on a podcast that I'm on. That's crazy.
Soz Tam, but Jess is here. We nailed it on fit. It's fine. There's a book called The E-Myth that I think both of you would actually benefit from reading. You can just audio book. It's one of those like read the first half and you're good.
Yeah.
And it talks about the practitioner that goes out and starts a business because they're losing 50% of their income because someone else owns the business. They use like a cake shop in the example. But I think in personal training, you have to become everything. And in the book, it talks about 3 typical archetypes of personalities. There's the technician, there's the manager, and there's the entrepreneur. And I think if we look at how fit came together and why it worked so well, that is 1,000% the manager.
Yeah.
Looks at the books, conservative in decision making, looks at past data way more. There's the technician who's just phenomenal at doing the thing and just like, tell me what to do and I'll fucking do it, which is you. And then there's the entrepreneur that's like, we should do 1,000 things. And the other 2 are like, how about we just do this one and we do it this way? Because if we do that, Jace is like, it's going to be shit. And Dad goes, it's going to cost too much money. We've had heaps of conversations that you have put yourself in the category of technician. And I think the biggest change for you in the last 2 years is, I don't know if you see it yet, you're actually way more entrepreneurial than you realize. You just didn't have the confidence to execute on it.
Interesting.
So now you're like, we need to do Christmas party. We need to do a challenge for this. We need to have this happening. And I've just gone ahead and got DJ to do this. And next time we do the photo shoot, it's this. You think bigger, you think future. You just haven't been in a position to shoot the shot. And now it's like, I've got enough runs on the board and I've got people around me that if I fuck it up, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
To actually lean into not just doing what I've been told to do, the kind of the Forrest Gump with the braces. Like they've kind of fallen off. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm going to just have a go at shit.
I think the preseason was probably the beginning of me changing everything because it went against anything that we do in STC in terms of it was only an 8-week program.
Yep.
Like it was a specific set amount for that. And I was like, I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to do this thing that's a little bit different, but I'm going to do something that's half in person, half not, and blah, blah, blah. And just like, unlike that was in my head. I think when I look back, that was when I wasn't trying to be a mini Ben or a mini Jason. And it's like, no, this is your thing. And you can say slay and you can do this and you can do that and you can blah, blah, blah. And like that, when that sold out, it was like, okay. You can follow through on when you follow through on the ideas that you're able to voice and then get held accountable to it, good things happen.
Yeah.
And then that translated into, hey, Jess, if we open up a gym that's like 30-minute drive from your house, do you want X, Y, Z? Would you be able to be this role in this business, which is nothing that we've done before, nothing you've done before.
Yeah.
This is going to be required of you. The confidence to be like, you know what? I don't fucking know, but we'll fucking make it work.
Yep.
And like, that's just, the result of fucking around and finding out.
Yeah. So I think if you're a PT and you're doing all this solo and you just heard that and they're like,
well,
I'm one of those things.
Well, it couldn't be me.
Yeah. Start to lean on, and it's interesting having read the book, you'll see it in Standout heaps. You'll see who's what.
Yeah.
So like we had 2 people yesterday that are technicians.
Yeah.
Or even managers that are, I would say one's technician, one's manager.
Yeah.
Behavioral wise. And then we have to come in and be the entrepreneur and be like, nah, fucking take the shot. Or like, you're good at the thing, so do this.
Yeah.
Or then you have people that are like just all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Ideas.
Yeah, but never execute anything.
Yeah.
So then we have to come in and be like,
technician.
you need a fucking tracker. You need a to-do list. You need...
Yeah.
So I think if you're doing this by yourself, leveraging people around you and strategies, because I'm the entrepreneur type, that's why I'm like, the business tracker will fix everything. Because my brain is in 1,000 areas at one time. I sit down and look at the tracker and be like, this is what needs to happen this week. Just concentrate on that. Whereas if you're a manager, you're probably doing that
too much
easily and not thinking about what's the big picture thing that I could do. So you need to hang out with someone that's going to be like, hey, why don't you fucking try this?
To work on the people to work on the business. Like to make sure everything's where it needs to be. Yeah,
and if you need a manager, because I think most personal trainers won't be managers. Because you're not, that's too scary to go out on your own. So you're either going to be really good technician or entrepreneurial. So then more than likely, you're going to want to lean on someone that manages your business well. Yeah. That could be a good accountant. That could be a mentor. That could be relying on spreadsheets and stuff like that, but finding ways to do that management side well, because most personal trainers suck at it because they're the other two more often than not. And it doesn't mean also like, I think what you need to be careful of is not put yourself in the box.
Don't label it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I would be the one who's just only good at the thing.
Yeah.
I've done heaps of shit where I've like taken charge and thrown ideas out and
Correct.
had to manage things and stuff. It doesn't mean it's just my strong point. If I had when you deviate back to the set point, I'll always deviate back to being like focused on the thing and bringing the best out of something.
Most of our weeks is spent in that zone. But a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I came to you and was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is happening. I don't know. And you were like, we could do this, and this.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, it's there. You can still develop the skill set. It's just 100%. Like what your natural tendencies are will allow you to make better decisions of who you invest in.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, don't bring someone else into your business if you are looking to expand or scale that is the same as you.
Yeah.
Don't bring another technician into the business. There's no point. You have 2 technicians, the business goes nowhere. There's nothing. You don't manage the things properly.
Yeah.
You got to go, right, what are the holes that I feel and how do I fill those gaps? Can I just like get a contractor in to fill some of those things, or do I have to actually look for a partner?
Yeah.
Or a mentor who's got that stuff?
Yeah.
It's not, and I don't need a mentor that's another good personal trainer that's highly skilled at their job.
Yeah.
Because I'm already good and skilled at my job. I need someone who's going to give me ideas to take my business in the right direction.
Yeah.
100%. And it's interesting, like reputation wise, is another element of that. Like, I think you would have, in most rooms that know who we are, you would have the reputation of like the coach.
Yeah, I
And
would
then
say
I
so.
would have the reputation of the business guy.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like, I still think I'm fucking good at my job.
Yeah.
And I know if I gave you a project, you'd fucking annihilate it.
Yeah,
So it's like the skill set's still there. It's just, this is what we
Reputation.
default to.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just always deviate back to the same one.
So I think, but that's maybe something for you to reflect on as well. And just be like, maybe I'm not just really good at being a PT.
And the rest of you are the same
Yeah.
because we speak about it a lot in Standout.
Yeah.
Yep. Slay.
Mad.
That was a really good chat.
It was fun.
Oh,
Happy 2 years, Jess.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. You've changed my life.
You've changed ours.
Same.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Standout PT. Head to stcfit.com. Find the tab Standout PT. All the information. Excuse me. 26-week program. 2 calls a week. Shitloads of units. Support. We can interchange and be that other person for you to help you develop in your business where you need it. And we have lots of different diverse stages of careers, personality types, strengths and weaknesses that we've worked with for it's 8 years now. We've been in education. So go jump in, check that out. All you have to do is put in your details and you'll get a call and we'll make sure it's right for you. Obviously, if you enjoyed the episode, we know there's a heap of new listeners because Jess is on. The numbers always go up when Jess comes. Hit the follow, hit the share. We really appreciate it. It makes a really big difference to the tractions of the episodes and how many people get to hear them and benefit from them. So please do that if you found it useful. Otherwise, have another great week in your business and in the gym. We'll see you next time.